we have to be prepared for more and more noise, more and more bad news.
When we begin to take on incoming,
If the leader is not thinking about what could go wrong,
and we get nervous, we all do, and insecure about our plan A,
if the business does not have a plan for when things hit the fan,
we raise the stakes of failure and we catastrophize.
special forces operators, astronauts, and police officers and firefighters, they all practice for the worst case scenarios. So when things go wrong, as they inevitably do, they don't freak out, they don't get emotional about it, right? They don't get reactive.
It's important that we acknowledge that and we begin to reframe imposter syndrome not as a sign of defeat or vulnerability, but as a sign, a feedback loop that you're doing hard things.
I'm sure you guys are familiar with the idea of positive visualization. I want to imagine everything going right. But the leaders I'm talking about are a good example of why you also have to practice the Stoic art of negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum, a premeditation of evils. Seneca says we have to rehearse it all in our mind: exile and torture and war and shipwreck. Postmortems are great. Premortems are better. Premortems are done in time to do something about them. The discipline of perception is like, okay, how do I not make this worse?
When I begin these journeys, I go through my own risk matrix, which consists of 4 questions I ask myself. What's the worst that's going to happen if I don't succeed? What's the likelihood that the worst thing that's going to happen that we've just imagined will materialize? If the worst thing were to happen, what would I do to protect myself? What would I not do to achieve my plan A?
How do I not add a freak out on top of it? How do I not take it personally, right? How do I not get scared or intimidated or broken or bitter or resentful about it? How do I focus on what I can do?
We can say to ourselves, I already asked myself the hard questions and I could handle whatever comes.